Hi, Ziki.
Hey, Busi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Awesome.
Come in.
Great to be here.
Thank you.
So I want to start with, you are the founder of the Transformation Legacy. What do you guys do?
We are an entrepreneur development company. Our goal is to empower entrepreneurs with the skills, support, and the knowledge that they need to build legacy-driven businesses that will last beyond the founder.
I love that. What is legacy to you?
Legacy for me is a business that is built on integrity, that has a clear vision, that is anchored on purpose, and a business that really adds value to the market and economy that it operates in.
That sounds like a lot. Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I've always thought I was going to be an entrepreneur, but just not in this space. I thought I was going to run a fashion designing business. I used to love fashion. I still do right now, but I used to love designing clothes and making people look good. So my goal growing up was to start my own fashion business and to build a global fashion brand.
I love that, and we can see some of those elements in your outfit. Before we get into more details, I think all entrepreneurs want to know the same thing, which is, are you a coffee or a tea girl?
Oh, I'm a tea girl.
A tea girl.
Yeah.
So you start your day with a cup of tea.
Yes, I do, and I get grumpy if I don't get it.
That's what I don't think I know a lot of tea drinkers who are like, I get grumpy without tea.
No, there's a certain type of tea, right? You know the salon tea, like your typical 5 roses. Yes, that's me. That gets my day going.
Okay, so let's talk about how you like to do your meetings. Are you a bullet points or paragraph girl?
Oh, I'm a paragraph girl.
And is that in your emails and in meetings?
In emails, in meetings, like you can't get me to stop talking, especially when we're talking about this stuff. Yeah.
Love that. What is one of your favorite things about being a team leader?
Oh, okay. I love that I get to work. Okay, in my context, I work with women who are part of the full-time team. We do have men as well in our part-time team, but our full-time team, I work with women. And I love creating spaces and a culture that allows women to embrace the fullness of who they are and to realize their full potential. So that's what I enjoy about leading, just supporting the women that I work with and just seeing them realize their goals and seeing how I can contribute and add value to that.
On the opposite side, what's one of your favorite things about the team that you work with?
Oh, okay. I love that they get things done and that they are consistent and that they are, people that you can rely on. Like, that things will get done and they will get done very well. So I work with passionate people, so that gets me going.
Passion definitely does come through when you are with your team. What are one of the things that you kind of look at when you think about your leadership style that's important to you?
For me, what's important is understanding the people that I work with and just understanding them individually, understanding what gifts and talents they have and seeing how to bring that out and have them operate in that space on a daily basis. So yeah, in my leadership is more of coaching and mentorship. More than the authority of just coming in as a leader, say what I do. No, I love coaching people to bring the best out of them so that they can do their work well.
Speaking of bringing the best out of stuff, you don't do that with just people. You also have done that with your office space, which I would love to see. So a big part of your design has been in bringing that through into your space as well. Yeah. So what's important for you about creating an office space?
For me, it's about creating a space that also speaks about what you believe in, speaks about the things that you do, as well as your values and the culture that you want to build. So you'll see there's a lot of yellow in the space. Yellow represents warmth, it represents joy and optimism. It also represents growth, because yellow is similar to the color of the sun, right? So in building the space, it was important to bring out what we believe in. We believe in growth. We believe in creating a warm environment in the organization for people to develop, not just us as a team, but also the SMEs that we work with.
Oh, let's go check out your corner office. All entrepreneurs. I can't wait until
I have my corner office.
I love the words that you have at the top behind you. Talk us through these 3 keywords.
So these words are what anchors our organization, and this is what we're all about. It's legacy, purpose, and vision. And legacy is really about what value do you want to add to society, what impact you want to ultimately have in the people that you serve. And those people for us are the entrepreneurs that we work with, are the corporates that partner with us, and all the stakeholders that we work with. And it's purpose. Purpose is understanding your why. Why do you exist? What is the purpose of this organization? And we exist to grow businesses and to empower them to be sustainable in the long term. And the third is vision. It's very hard to keep going when you don't know where you are going, and creating a vision and being clear on what that vision is and sticking to it. And, even when you experience challenges and all sorts of things, going back to your root that leads to that vision is what keeps every entrepreneur going.
I love that point on vision. What is the vision for Transformation Legacy?
Our vision is to reshape the African economy by empowering entrepreneurs to build businesses that can contribute positively to the economy. So to build legacy businesses that add value to the economy, to the communities. And that's what we're all about. Although we are based in South Africa and we do a lot of work in South Africa, our vision is to really take this work across the continent and have businesses that are thriving, that, are building businesses that increase and, have high value. We need more of those. So yeah, that's our vision, to go across Africa and make sure that we impact our economies so that they can be sustainable.
I love that. I want to think about little Busi for a moment. So for a lot of entrepreneurs, we can always think about the future.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it's difficult to connect the dots on how we started and how we got here.
Yeah.
Where did little Busi think she was going to be?
Oh, growing up, I used to watch The Bold and the Beautiful with my mom and how that influenced me. I saw how they ran their fashion designing business and how this whole family was operating in that business. And for me, that influenced a lot of my vision. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur. So I thought when I grow up, I want to be a businesswoman in the fashion industry and operating at international level. So my vision as a young girl was be an entrepreneur, run a fashion business, and make lots of money.
I love it. Lots of money is the key part. So you didn't end up doing that. How did you end up on the path of starting Transformation Legacy?
Actually, what birthed Transformation Legacy is the failure of my fashion designing business. So what had happened is when my business wasn't doing well, I decided to take up a course on entrepreneurship. And as I was doing that course, we were asked to rescue another business that was about to close down. And in that process, I then discovered just this love and connection to helping other entrepreneurs. And that's where it initially started. And then I started questioning, but why don't we have a lot of small businesses thriving to becoming legacy businesses, especially Black-owned businesses in the township or rural areas? We don't see them being built into these high-value businesses. And so out of that questioning, out of that frustration, and out of my own business struggling, I wanted to know more about how to build a sustainable business, And yeah, I started working in the space, volunteering. And after years of working in the space as a business mentor and coach, as training entrepreneurs and building programs, in 2017, I decided to start the Transformation Legacy. And yeah, to really see this vision come alive of empowering entrepreneurs to build high value businesses that will be sustainable in the future.
And you have truly done that so magnificently. What has been some of the big learnings for you and what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur?
Sure. The first thing for me, so when I started this business, and even when I started in the space, I thought the most important thing is having business management skills and just that having that business knowledge, right? But as I operated my business and after working with a lot of entrepreneurs, I realized that the key thing in building a business is having the foundation of resilience and having a foundation of, you as the entrepreneur, the individual, being able to master yourself, understanding yourself well, knowing how you need to show up, knowing that there will be challenges. How do you show up throughout those challenges? Knowing how to pivot, and identify opportunities when you come across challenges, and really just building yourself up to have strength as an individual so that you can carry the vision of your business through the different seasons that your business will go through. So for me, that is the most important thing. You as the entrepreneur, the individual, are the most important and most valuable asset in your business. So the stronger you are, the more resilient you are, the more you know yourself, the wiser you are, the more you'll be able to influence the success of your business.
I love that because founders really are the heart of the business and sometimes can be the biggest hindrance in the business. What has been one of your biggest failures on this journey?
Sure. I think for me, the biggest failure, especially in the beginning when I started the business, is not knowing how to start up a team. So not knowing how to build a team the right way. So I started off with, okay, I don't have capacity anymore to do this. I need to bring in somebody to do this function in the business, as opposed to starting with the end in mind and having an ideal structure in mind of the type of team structure I want and building up from there. And as a startup, sometimes you don't have a lot of money, so you will hire people who are coming at the lowest cost, right? So yeah, my worst strategy was, okay, start with interns and build up. If I had to advise anyone, is start with the end in mind. So hire that big hire the COO first, and then build up the team from there. Spend that money, invest in hiring the right people right up front, rather than trying to make shifts and just showing up for a short-term solution. So yeah, that was my biggest mistake.
Absolutely. We do grow through constantly investing. What has been your biggest investment in yourself to be the founder that you are today?
Sure. For me, it's what I constantly invest in is having a life coach and having mentors and having people in my circle who I can go to and say, I am about to take up this opportunity. What do you think? So investing time in creating a support system. And yeah, that has been my biggest investment. And I constantly learn. So I've also invested in different courses that can help me become a better leader and just a better businesswoman. And that's something that is constant for me from the time I started running the business. I want to grow in my understanding of business, understanding of the economy, and also understanding of myself so that I can lead others well.
One thing we don't do a lot of as entrepreneurs is celebrating ourselves.
Yeah.
What is your biggest win that you are most proud of in building Transformation Legacy?
Yeah. The biggest thing I'm proud of is building this team. I love the people that I work with. I think it's a formidable team. The second is hosting our annual Female Township Entrepreneur Summit, which is part of almost our CSI project almost. And for me, it's a proud moment because we take entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs in the township, we bring them to beautiful spaces, we celebrate them, we remind them of who they are, the powerhouses that they are. while still empowering them with the skills that they need to build their businesses. So for me, that is a proud moment, something that I will always celebrate, being able to do that for female township entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Now we're in your office space and I see your desk is quite clean. So I'm gonna ask you, is this how you work? Are you a clean desk girly or
I'm
are you
a clean desk girly. Look at this. Look at this. I wanna show you something.
Is that yours or for everyone in the office?
It is for everyone. I'm a clean desk girly. Sorry, I'm just fixing this. I'm a clean desk girly, but it's for everyone. Like we have a clean desk policy. I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
We deal with a lot of information, a lot of entrepreneurs' information, and we don't want at any point for things to just be lying around.
Got it.
Like, so we have to keep people's stuff safe. And also it's good, man, when you are not, I don't like clutter. I operate well in places not cluttered.
Love that.
Yeah.
What is your day-to-day look like? What does your day-to-day look like?
All right. Mondays are my planning days. Connecting with the team to review what they're doing for the week. So they'll send through reports to me to say what's planned for the week and what happened in the previous week. So I go through that. I try not to have meetings on Mondays, although sometimes I have to because of the schedule, but I do my best not to have a lot of meetings on Mondays so I can just spend it planning for the week and just thinking about our strategy, thinking about, are we growing? Do we have clients? Is there anything that we can improve? So just those things. So that's how I spend my Mondays. Tuesdays are my team days. So Tuesdays are my office days. And that's where I get to connect with everyone. I see everyone individually, so we can strategize and plan for what they are doing for that week. If they've got any roadblocks, anything that they can't solve or they've tried to solve that I need to come in and assist with, I do that on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays are my team connect days. Then Wednesdays are my days where I see clients, potential clients, potential collaborators. Those are days where I like to network and just meet people for coffee, just so that we can explore synergies or whatever comes out of that. And then Thursdays are days where I engage with clients, current clients, to hear how they're doing, if there's anything we need to improve, or if we need to work on anything. And I also use those days to work on stuff, so to create. I love to create. I come from the fashion designing background, so any opportunity to create, whether it's new content, whether it's new programs, or whether it's creating a solution, I love being in that space. So I use Thursdays for that. And Fridays, we don't work on Fridays. We have a 4-day work week. Yeah, so we don't work on Fridays. So that's what I do in those 4 days.
Getting it all done in 4 days.
Yeah.
Another thing you get done is being a mother and a wife.
Yeah.
How has balancing that with starting and growing a business look like for you?
Oh, there is, okay, firstly, there's no such thing as balance.
Yeah.
I've had to learn it the hard way, because in the first few years of starting the business, my goal was balance. But then after some time, I realized that there is no balance. So I do whatever, I give my best to whatever I'm doing in that moment or whatever requires my attention. So if I'm home, I give my best. I give my kids my fullest attention. I give my husband attention. And I do my best with that time. And sometimes I'm home and there's deadlines, there's things I need to do. I accept that as well. So yeah, it's just about how the quality of the time, as opposed to trying to have a balance of, okay, I'm going to have, an equal amount of time with my kids and family as I have with my business. And there's also different seasons. There are times when the business is not too demanding and I can give a lot to my family. And there are times where the family is very demanding and I need to give my best to that, or vice versa. So yeah, there is no balance. It's just giving my best with what I have.
A word of freedom to all the women out there. What is the one thing that helps you to unwind at the end of the day?
A cup of tea. I'm a tea girl.
So we start with tea and we end the day with tea.
We start with tea. I end it off with chamomile tea always. When I get home, the first thing I do is switch on the kettle. I can't believe I've become that woman. I used to judge. I used to judge my mom.
She's always been there. She's always been there. And how do you spend a typical weekend? What does a good weekend look like?
A good weekend for me is if I've gotten a chance to go for a hike on my own, then I've recharged and, sewed back into myself. That's always good. And when I've spent time alone, I also love that, because in my alone time, I can always just spend time with God, read the word and pray. So a good weekend is when I manage doing that, and also watching my kids play soccer on Saturday mornings and being present. When I'm present and I don't have any pressures and I'm just there at the soccer game with them, it's always good for me.
Love that. Thank you for letting us be present with you today and to go behind the business with you.
Thank you.